Hi, I'm Michael O'Neill, and here we are in the little canyon by my house. I take walks here every once in a while. I bring plenty of water to stay hydrated, but it's morning time and it's pleasant. Feels like being on the beach in California, which is rather nice. But I definitely do need some sunglasses because, as you can see, the sun is out. And I just had a mosquito going into my ear, pain in the ass little things. They're good at that, being a pain in the ass. Here you can see some of the scenery. Now, this is the entranceway. You can see how lush everything looks, except there's not really grass because this is the desert, the Sonoran Desert, and the only grass that grows here is called buffalo grass, and it is not native to the state. Now I'm walking downstream, despite the fact my intention is to go upstream, and you do note that there's no water. The sand is damp. It often floods here. There's a little regime, a little cliff, and there's the sun, the almighty sun, le roi soleil. Okay. Beautiful fauna. And now we're going to take a little hike up the trail. You'll have to be patient. I collect my things. It's going to be a slow moving day because it's Sunday, the day of rest for myself. I have my things here, and I just have to pack up a few things and then we'll be on our way. Bag feels lighter already. This doesn't have the laptop in it, and it looks like I'm tilted over, and guess what? I am. Another mosquito. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Get away, get away. I think it's more attracted to my odor. Aroma, or whatever, fragrance. Mosquitos, or zanzare, les moustiques. The moustiques tend to like me a lot. They like my blood. And here we come up, and I have a dilemma, because as you can see, the stream bed appeared to be blocked, but we're walking through. Now I don't know if you can see the colors that are here. The fungus that's growing on the rocks. just like the Antarctic or in the polar regions. There we go. A little empty space. And let's look back from where we came so we don't lose our bearings. We're still close to the houses, but let's keep trekking. The goal, but I doubt if we'll make it, is to make it up to the top of that hill that looks like a pyramid. It's not a pyramid though, it's just a bloody hill. Now there's a lot of superstitions about these hills, that it's a sacred place to the Native Americans. I don't know about that, but they did try to sell these so they could build a house on each acre, and the city put a stop to it. Let's keep trucking. It's getting hot. Now you have to watch, because a lot of the things that seem to be not harmful at all are actually harmful. They sting, they hit pricks, and I'm just collecting some berries and some fruit that are actually quite appetizing. Now, I said the objective was to go up that mountain, but my objective is to go up this wash, which is what we call the dry riverbeds when they're not flowing. And here we are. No impediments for the moment, but we may have to duck some obstacles coming up. That figures. Gone about 8 minutes. Time for a little rest. Once I refresh myself with some water, with a little bit of juice mixed in. Organic, of course. I don't mean the water, I mean the juice. Of course, water is organic. How can you fuck up H2O? Oh. I'm sweating profusely, and I put the sweatshirt on purpose because I want to avoid being in direct sunlight as much as possible, and sweat on my head and on my body comes right off with the sweatshirt, and the sweatshirt dries in a matter of minutes in the sun, about 5 minutes if it's in the shade, because we're probably at least 35 degrees Celsius already, and it's what time in the morning? 7 a.m. What a coincidence. And we've been moving forward for 10 minutes now. Oh. Now, you can certainly see that the fauna is beautiful, as I said, just the bushes, everything. And I'm getting sick and tired of this sweatshirt, so it's time to make a tactical decision. Make it into a belt. There we go. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, now I can enjoy the breeze as it hits me. It's a light breeze, very smooth, very chill day. And now it's time for a little bit of water. And it broke. And the marrow's still in there. Supposedly if you eat it, there's a lot of protein. But I don't care, I'm not going to try it. Too bad, I should have killed and fired the bone. I take 1 sip of water, then I take 3. That's a total of 4. Then I take 5. That's a total of 9. And then I do the ultimate. I take 1 large one. Then take a little bit and refresh myself, because it's not by drinking a beverage alone that you rehydrate yourself enough in the desert in Tucson, Arizona. Not when you reach 106, 108 degrees Celsius temperatures, which are about 46 degrees Celsius. And lo and behold, we're about ready to make our move again. Nice and refreshed. And I just happened to be standing, I didn't do it on purpose, between 2 saguaros who rather looked like men. We put sombreros, or hat in Spanish, with some sunglasses. That's what they look like. And on continue. Okay. More obstacles, so we always look for the laziest route. I almost fell over. There was a simpler route. Yes. Why didn't I think of that in the first place? Now it's a sneaky little wash. I know if I don't go back down soon enough, it's going to be awfully difficult to get back down, because the walls of the wash will grow exponentially as we walk up. But I've changed my mind. I'm gonna walk along the left quadrant of the wash and follow it. And I seem to be making better time because there aren't very many obstacles. There we have a lizard. I don't know where he went. They're fast little scamperers. Always scampering about. And look at all those swallows. It's difficult to count them all. But let's take a walk up towards the hill and see how bad the dip is between the two towards our false pyramid. Beware of false idols. Ha 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 ha. Ooh, nice shade. Over there. Now that is a cholla cactus. Do you see the small one? That's a jojoba bush, and jojoba is used in many hand lotion creams, etc. Has a lot of curative properties. Now if I take the leaves, I smash them together. I chew one. Quite bitter and sour. Almost like a lemon. Now I'm looking for the best place to set up my camp, my morning camp. I'm going to make a little fire, fully contained. There's no risk of fire if you know how to properly construct your fire like barbecue pit with the native rocks that are around. And after it's gone, after years of erosion, it just looks like another area full of rocks. And the center tree here that you see in front of me is called un palo verde, a green stick in Spanish. En búsqueda de sombra, in search of shade, estoy siguiendo mi camino. In search of shade, I continue to follow my path, and I'm making much more progress than I thought possible. Now it's making me go left, but I am aiming for the top of that hill. If I make it, so be it. I'm going to take as long as it takes. Let's look at the time. That's 20 minutes. Let's get some shade for ourselves and take a little break. About every 8 minutes, I want to take a break. Oh. Might be too much sun, so turn it that way. We can look at another saguaro. And I will partake of a little bit of organic tobacco in a shell that I recovered in San Diego. I'll let you have a look at it here. There's the shell. And basically, shells were used as currency and came as far as the Yucatan Peninsula. Gold shells, large gold shells. And it was the currency of trade for thousands of years. Oh, that's pleasant. That's pleasant tobacco. Nice little pipe, even with the carburetor. There's a hole that was eroded inside. And if I scratch it, it looks like it might bleed. Quite a bit left, but I'll save for later as it's time to move on upward, a little higher, or should I stay here? It's a dilemma. I'd like to find a place with some shade. Let's get my bag. Now before we go up, I want to go down. Not downtown to see Dr. Brown, but I see some yellow flowers over here. And the desert in bloom is something that's something to see, anyway. Couple. There's some more. And maybe I found a better route to go up. I seem to be going. I see that big obstacle that looks like a phallic symbol. And basically, a saguaro does not grow its first arm until it's at least 70 years old. They live to over 200, 300 years. I suppose some, they don't know how old they are. And the biggest threat to the saguaro is lightning. When you see a skeleton of a saguaro on the ground, the remains, it's because it was struck by lightning. And I found my spot. Yes, I have. With plenty of rocks. With a little bit of shade. A nice saguaro. And you get to watch me go to work. I'll try to do it as quick as possible, as effortlessly as possible. And you just have to be patient when you make a fire. But I've got the chance. I'll have to show you the triangle which I was going to make just happened to be formed already. As you can see. And with that in mind, it's time to build the oven. Now see, sometimes you don't locate a rock immediately that fits the bill. So you have to search a little bit. Now, that's really all I need, but I'm going to add a little more. To build it up. And I do have a lot of luck today. It's usually, you don't find everything so easily accessible. You have to search a little more. Alright. What's left? And it's going to be a small fire. It's not going to be too large. So I'm going to be here all day. Just I think that's good enough for today. Now, on to and Walla Walla. Need some paper to start fire with. Let's see if that suffices. I've made fire pits that were much larger than this, but this may be the prettiest one I've made so far. Now, yet again, I'm looking for things that burn quickly to start the fire. There we go. I just had to reach over and pick up a dead Cholla cactus. And as you see, that's its skeleton right there. A little big, but maybe he's gonna be part of our first burn. Bigger piece of wood. I'm just about ready, but need some more kindling. That looks pretty decent. Now I would have liked to put some hoba on it, but I don't seem to have any around on hand. See what happens. Not sure whether it will light or not. Oh, I can feel the heat coming off of it, which is what I want. Dry out my shirt. And fan the fire at the same time. Exactly what I intended to do. Lucky thing is, I did it on the first go. And I see a jojoba bush, so I'm gonna go get some of that because it gives a distinct flavor. Smoke of the fire. And the fire's gone out. And we should be leaving shortly. And that's Tucson, Arizona.